Hello, thank you for joining another piano lessons with Richard Yang. Today is Hollow Bastion. Is that Bastion? Bastion? Yeah, anyway. From the Kingdom Hearts Field and Battle piano collections, you can find, and to follow this video, you will need to get the sheet music, which you can find fairly easily find on Google. And if you like this video, you can hit that subscribe button and the bell thing, so that you can know when I release the next one. So technically I release a lot of videos every week, so you won't, if you subscribe, you won't miss anything. Anyway, this is, to me, this is a fairly straightforward piece to play. Everything is straightforward. There's not a lot of trick. There are a couple of difficult spots, but that's about it. So I'm gonna dive right into it. So from the beginning, the only thing you need to know is that you count everything by 3, 3, 2, 2. Okay, 3, 3, 2, 2. That's it. 3, 2, 3, 3, 2. Right, 3, 3, 2, 2. It keeps going that way. So nothing too exciting. I'm gonna play the notes fairly slowly. Finally, there's some excitement here. And now it gets us to section 8, which is very, very similar, but you get more notes. Play the first 3 notes by your left hand so that your right hand can have time to find that B. Here, B. And maybe I'm oversimplifying this because a lot of the jumps that you see from this piece, or later on you have this. To me, it is, or even this. The bigger jumps, they make a lot of sense to me. So for me, it's pretty natural to find where the notes are when I jump. But obviously, if it's not natural for you, that will be what you need to work on. And I think that other than those jumps, this piece is really not too bad. Trust me, not too bad. Okay, but I'm gonna go through this anyway. So I'm gonna on page 1 on the left hand bottom line. I'm gonna start over here. So as you can see, everything is 3, 3, 2, 2. Right. So if you get that concept, it's not too bad. And here, the left hand is just this. Nothing changes. Just keep doing this. So you just need to worry about the right hand, really. Now here, section B, we have some new accents coming in. These notes, it's very obviously important to keep the notes clean. What I mean is, you don't want to play like this. Right? You want to keep it clean, like. Very, very clean, right? That's the goal, because even though this is a simple piece, the premise is that you can get those notes clean. Because if you don't, it's not gonna sound nice. Okay, so like this. Here, I'm gonna slow down a little bit to show you the fingering. The only reason is I cannot really reach the chord like this. This is a very awkward position for me because my hands are really small. As you can see on the key, that's all I can do. I cannot do ninth even. So very, very small hands. After I play this, even though I'm supposed to hold the D, I don't, but I do have the pedal down, so it's the same thing. Just that if your hand is big enough to hold that note, on the keys, why not, right? I cannot, so I don't. No pedal here. Now pedal here. Now here is almost like a local, not an ending. It's a book like a bookmark. It's a new beginning. Again, I'm playing everything pretty loud just to demonstrate the notes. I'm not here to tell you about the dynamics because you can read that from the music fairly simply. I'll do slower. Issue here, this is probably one of the easier sections, right? Nothing to worry about. Now here you have got some accents. From the original recording, the OST, they put the accents, they really bring out the accents as actual accents. So I suppose you can do the same. Because I don't like to, when I have a group of notes together, I really don't like to make them too stand out, but you can, okay? The original soundtrack sounds like this. Play like that, but that's the idea. You want to bring out a melody, but I'm gonna play slowly to show you the fingering. It should be fairly straightforward. Now here is a little change. Watch this, especially the left hand. This was one of the sections that I spent a little more time on to figure out what works best so that I don't get confused. Right, so to not get confused, the left hand, you want to do 5, 3, 1 here, 2, so that you have a dedicated finger for the G and for the A, so that you don't get confused. G, A with 2, G with 3, A with 2, and again. finger for the G and for the A, and you shouldn't get too confused. And on the right hand, whenever you do the 3, right, you have the group of 3s. You want to start them together on the your 3 and 5. Next one is this. Back down, up, down, up, down, up. I hope that makes sense. But of course, to play the thirds like this cleanly, it does take some practice. Like for me, it's by now I can play that fairly naturally, right? But just so you know, it wasn't natural for me in the beginning. And when I was a kid, I can't play this. I wouldn't be able to play this. That clearly. And a very good practice is to play this staccato, okay, when you practice. The purpose is not to, simulate how the music should sound, but this is just to make sure you can get the notes very clean. Okay, so one more time. Accents. Section H. If you note the fingering, I'm going to show you the fingering very slowly, and if you can follow that, you should do okay. Section I. So as you can see, the way I choose my fingering is to minimize the need to move your hand. For example, here. As you can see, my hand position is all fixed at this area, right? I don't need to go change, and change. So I want to minimize the hand movement as much as possible. That's how I come up with the fingering, all right? Now, this part is the same thing as before. You've done it already. Now, section J, this is actually difficult. This is probably what I think to be the most difficult part of the piece. So follow this. So if you can see my right hand, I keep moving down. Right, from here, down, down. Right, it's just so that I can, there's a progression here of moving down a little bit. So I'm gonna play it very, very slowly again, because when I play too slow, my finger might not be the same. I wanna make sure you get the right fingering. This is the most difficult part. Sorry. too fast. That's the fingering that you want to keep to make this work. And when you work through this piece, that's probably the only place that's really difficult at full speed. Well, it's fairly easy, low speed, but at full speed, this is the part that's a little difficult. So this would be what you need to practice on the most. Right now, section K is just like the one before, just in a different key. So again, there is really not much to no real trick here. You just play the notes, right? So section L, just know that this should be the climax in this piece, in my opinion, right? This is a resolve. Everything is resolved here. Section is like the same before. Now, this near the end, what you do is, that's one thing. You do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a half. Right, so that's how we do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a half. Wait for 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, it's 5, not 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is only a quarter note with a dot, so it's just 1.5 notes. Don't drag it on for too long. That's it. Right. So as you can see, this is a fairly simple piece to play. The only difficult, problem spot would be the third, and probably the section that I just told you about in section J. When you play that at full speed, that's that kind of a jump is not easy. So this will be what you need to focus on, and after that, it should be no problem. So again, if you have any questions or doubt, let me know. And I should be fairly responsive to all of my comments, right? Especially if you have a real question, I will respond to it. So let me know, okay? And good luck practicing. Goodbye.